Ever wondered how a handful of individuals can seemingly control the world's wealth and power? This isn't fiction, it's the reality we live in. In the book, The Billionaire World, How Marxism Serves the Elite, author Hanne Nabintu Herland presents a compelling argument. She posits that a small elite, the billionaire class, manipulates the world using tactics rooted in Marxist repression and social engineering. Picture this: a cadre of ultra-wealthy individuals controlling vast aspects of our lives, from politics to media, even down to the corporations that shape our consumer habits. Herland points to the infiltration of Marxism into Western culture since the 1960s as the catalyst for this power shift. It's a provocative claim, isn't it? That the decline of the West and the rise of the billionaire elite are intertwined, linked to the erosion of traditional values and the creeping centralization of control. Let's delve a little deeper. This isn't simply about wealth accumulation, it's about power and influence. Herland suggests that Marxism thrives in environments where freedom and liberty are eroding, employing tactics of deceit and manipulation to control the masses. It's a disturbing concept, but one that seems increasingly plausible when we look at the world around us. The rise of the billionaire elite isn't just about economics, it's about a shift in societal norms and values. The infiltration of Marxism into Western culture, according to Herland, has weakened traditional values, paving the way for centralized control and manipulation by the ultra-rich. So here we are in a world where 82% of wealth generated in a single year, 2017, went to the richest 1%. A world where the economic disparity has been further exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, with billionaires profiting while small businesses suffer. A world controlled by a select few, where the rich get richer while the average person gets poorer. It's not a dystopian novel, it's the world we live in. The COVID-19 pandemic has exposed the stark reality of wealth disparity, with the billionaire elite profiting while small businesses suffer. As we delve deeper into the labyrinth of global wealth, it's impossible to ignore the glaring inequities that have been exacerbated by the pandemic. In 2017, an astonishing 82% of the wealth generated went into the pockets of the richest 1%. These figures aren't just numbers on a page, they're an indictment of a system that allows the accumulation of wealth at the very top while the rest of us grapple with economic uncertainty. The book, The Billionaire World, How Marxism Serves the Elite, argues that this billionaire class isn't simply a byproduct of capitalism, but rather a well-orchestrated result of manipulation and exploitation. According to the author, Hanne Nabintu Herland, the pandemic has been a golden opportunity for this elite to consolidate wealth and power. While small businesses shuttered their doors and workers grappled with furloughs and layoffs, the billionaire elite saw their fortunes skyrocket. Amazon's Jeff Bezos, Tesla's Elon Musk and many others added billions to their already staggering wealth. This isn't just about individual wealth, but the control that comes with it. The billionaire elite don't just have more money, they have more influence, more power and more control. They can shape policies, sway public opinion, and even dictate the course of our collective future. Herland's book suggests that this isn't an accident or the result of superior business acumen, but rather a deliberate strategy. The pandemic has not been a great equalizer, as many hoped it would be, but rather an amplifier of existing inequalities. So as we navigate through this pandemic, let's not forget the silent puppeteers pulling the strings behind the scenes. The billionaire elite, who not only weathered the storm but thrived in it, while the majority of us were left to pick up the pieces. The pandemic, instead of leveling the playing field, has only widened the chasm between the billionaire elite and the rest of us. The influence of the billionaire elite extends far beyond wealth. They shape politics, control media, and even rewrite history. Let's delve into this a bit further. Hanne Nabintu Herland, in her book, The Billionaire World, How Marxism Serves the Elite, argues that the billionaire elite controls much of the world, including media, politics, and corporations. Herland suggests that these are not separate entities, but rather interconnected parts of a larger system, manipulated by the ultra-rich to serve their interests. This influence is not just seen in the halls of power, but also in the public sphere. Herland points to the politicization of science as one example. Science, she argues, is often manipulated to serve the interests of this elite class, with research and findings skewed to support their agendas. But it's not just science that's been co-opted. Herland also highlights the rise of Marxist groups like Black Lives Matter. In her view, these movements are not grassroots campaigns for social justice, but rather tools used by the billionaire elite to sow discord and maintain control. Herland also discusses the persecution of Christians and the rise of racial tensions. She suggests that these issues are used as distractions, keeping the masses focused on internal conflicts rather than the machinations of the ultra-rich. Most alarmingly, Herland contends that the billionaire elite is actively rewriting history. By controlling the narrative, they can shape public perception and maintain their grip on power. This rewriting of history, she argues, is more than just altering textbooks or censoring uncomfortable truths. It's about shaping the collective memory and, in turn, the collective future. The billionaire elite's influence is pervasive and profound. Their manipulation is not just about wealth, it's about shaping the world in their image. The implications of this are far-reaching, affecting not just our present but also our understanding of the past and our vision for the future. Deeply embedded within the fabric of our society, the billionaire elite's influence is pervasive and profound. With their hands on the levers of power, they shape our world, our perceptions, and our history. Yet, despite the grim picture that this paints, there is hope. As individuals, we may feel powerless in the face of such overwhelming influence, but collectively we have the power to challenge this dominance. The first step is awareness. We must educate ourselves and others about the machinations of the billionaire elite. This involves critical thinking, questioning mainstream narratives, and seeking out alternative sources of information. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of politics, media, and history, and understanding how these are manipulated to serve the interests of the ultra-rich. The second step is action. We must use our collective power to challenge the status quo. This could be through political engagement, supporting independent media, or advocating for educational reforms. The billionaire elite may shape the world, but they do not own it. It belongs to all of us. And it's time we took it back. If you enjoyed this video and want to be part of this movement, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Together we can awaken the masses and challenge the billionaire elite's dominance. In the previous scene, we discussed the importance of awareness and action in challenging the billionaire elite's dominance. But the question remains, how do we awaken the masses? How do we ignite this spark of change in a society so deeply entrenched in the status quo? The answer lies in unity, resilience, and the power of the collective voice. Unity is about recognizing our shared struggles and standing together against the billionaire elite. It's about rejecting the divisive narratives that they use to maintain their control and focusing on our common goals. Resilience is about persevering in the face of adversity. The billionaire elite may have immense resources at their disposal, but they cannot silence us if we refuse to be silenced. The power of the collective voice is about using our platforms, however big or small, to spread awareness and inspire action. Every tweet, every blog post, every conversation can be a catalyst for change. So let's start a dialogue, let's question the status quo, and let's awaken the masses. If you're ready to be part of this movement, hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. Together we can challenge the billionaire elite's dominance and reclaim our world.